WoW's telegraphs are so cluttered that even the best guild in the world is using darkening potions during raids so they can fight more effectively.
Good trust beast.
Yeah, that is wild.
What the fuck? 42 mil trinket?
As he was
Just think
200
of
yards
beast.
in the area.
It was good.
Was he doing the drony 2 tech?
And I'm gonna do it again too.
Yep,
Amen.
amen. Fuck
Alright, Smack, you don't have to stand on me anymore, you just get pressions.
Yeah, it does make it way easier to see. Holy shit. That makes it way easier to
please,
see.
rogues,
Wow.
don't grief.
Wow, that makes
But
it
it's
so
good.
easy. Holy shit. So they're playing the game on dark mode. Let's see here. So there's an article written about this, about how bad it is. WoW's telegraphs are so cluttered that even the best guild in the world is using darkening potions during raids so they can fight more effectively. Quote, "It's damn near impossible to tell where the hitboxes start and end." Yep, that's because Blizzard doesn't know either.
That it's good trust
Yeah,
beast.
that is wild. What the
That's
fuck?
the same one.
42
Team
mil
Liquid's
trinket?
Ray is clear. One pops Inky Black Potion on the fight. Darkens the world around you for 2 hours. Team Liquid is using this to make it easier to see the abilities used during the raid. The fact that the best guild in the world needs to use Inky Black Potion to make abilities easier to see shows how big of a problem fight clarity has been this expansion. Kicking off a big discussion on this game's subreddit, this player reckons it's reached the stage where it's damn near impossible where the hitboxes start and end. So this is what's so funny to me about this. Who's been talking about this for 5 years? Finally, people are starting to see the problem. I said this was happening. Everybody called me bad. And now you have the best guild in the world that is running into the same problem. And guess what? I was right all along. I am so fucking pissed off that it's taking this long. Team Liquid is obviously a top team. They're going to use everything to get an endgame advantage. Perhaps the wider issue will be that whenever top guilds are doing it, then all the wannabe top players will be picking it up too, expecting everyone to turn up with an Inky Black Potion. It's just so funny to me that this is a problem. It is. Because it's been a problem for the last 5 years, probably the last 10 years. And it's also a problem in Diablo. Fundamentally, Blizzard's philosophy on designing effects in the games is bad. They have a bad philosophy in Diablo, they have a bad philosophy in Overwatch, and they have a bad philosophy in WoW. And where do all those fruits come from? The Blizzard fucking tree. They have no idea what they're doing. And the reason why is because they don't playtest their own game. That's the reason why. Because any person that actually plays their own game would know how bad this is. The only reason these are problems is because they're not playtesting them. This is a new retail player. I don't know what to do without all the DBM siren noises. You should quit the game. The fact that the best skill in the world needs using Inky Black Potion, rated expansions for the last, the abilities or Zex and colors the 4 have become normal. I've said this. Like, I don't know why WoW players are so adamant on eating shit. They really need to give Swirlies a defined edge. No, they need to change the fundamental design of how effects are shown in the game. Because half of the boss fights in this game, if the spell effects were a different color, they would either be easier or harder. And that is an insane fucking difficulty. It's just, yeah, Final Fantasy XIV does it right, and so does Lost Ark. They do, because they have better fights that are better designed. And that's the reason. This has been an issue since they were introduced. It wasn't a big problem when they did minor damage. Well, it also wasn't a big problem when the game was easier. I will say that one of the few things I like about Final Fantasy is how their AoE markers are day-glow orange with very clearly defined borders. Yes, you have to have the clearly defined borders. And also, WoW has that with some mechanics, but not others. That one fight in the Everbloom is the bane of my season, light green on top of light green. Well, here's a good example, right? And I'm just going to pull it up. Zach Rar. Let's look at this this loser here, okay? And we're going to go ahead and pull up. Where's the part where I did the new raid? Okay, I still got the new raid thing. Okay, look at this garbage. Watch this. This is an actual fight in the game. I don't have any mods to change my graphics or anything like that. What the fuck is happening? I can barely even see where my character is. The people that are making these fights should be ashamed of themselves. They really should. This is outrageous. They're actually green. You might not even be able to see this, but you see the green effect here? Can you see this circle over here? Very simple question. Can you see this circle? No. No, you can't. And I am not colorblind at all. I don't have any problems, any visual issues whatsoever. And look how this is. And look, and this is how sloppy it is. It overlaps. Look at it. See, the environment overlaps the spell effect. You see how it gets hidden by the root? What the fuck is this? And by the way, if you see these little things, you might not have noticed these, but you have to watch out for these because they're going to come down and make green lines that go outward that you have to avoid. Can you tell? You see, that one hit me. I didn't notice it because I couldn't see it. Look at this. Now I have the bomb, and I have to move out. And there, now you can kind of see them. I had no idea how to do this fight. Like, I didn't look up any of these at a time, so I have no idea what I'm doing right now. But if you just look at this right here, well, I get that. So you go back in. Like how can you even see this? Look at that. I need to see this thing, and look at the background. Look. This is a joke. What is... what the fuck? Like, this is pathetic. What am I looking at? It's always been like this. Yes, it has. I don't know why players accept it. Look at this. This is the way the game is now, guys. The graphics designers don't play the game. Probably not. Well, I think there's a big problem with this. Is Frankenstein design? No, it's just that the people that design... Here's what the problem is, okay? I will perfectly sum up what the problem is. Blizzard devs and Blizzard art decide that being able to see what the fuck is going on is not as important as the fight looking cool. So instead of having things that are like visually, like it's easy to see them visually, it's better for the immersion of the game that they have the effects that match the floor, because it matches the effects of what the boss would do. So they care more about immersion than gameplay. So obviously what people do, because they care more about immersion than gameplay, is they download an add-on that plays an air horn every single time they stand in something that they were too immersed in. Because nothing says immersion like listening to an air horn for 4 hours every raid night. It's embarrassing. And it's been embarrassing. Would an effects toggle button be a solution? No, because there shouldn't be a toggle for it. They should just make the mechanics easy to see. That's it. This isn't some kind of like complex thing that nobody can figure out. Just make the effects easier to see. And stop making effects that are the same color as the ground. Like, Uber Lilith is the same thing. Look at the colors here. These things, if one of these things touches you, you are instantly dead. And the colors of these are the same color as the floor. Look at that. That's awful. Red on red on red. It is insane. And like Uber Lilith, like, you know what's fucking funny about this? Is looking at this fight right now, it actually seems like it's not as bad compared to this. Like, the other one is so bad. Like, WoW is so bad that it makes this one, which is bad, look good. It's amazing. And I can't believe that people that play this game put up with it. This has pissed me off for years. Yeah, what's this here? This shit happens to me on NES games too, though? Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I would have hoped that video games should have improved in the last 30 years, right? I mean, what the fuck, man? But I don't really understand anything from a WoW fight. It's super bloated. It's garbage. That's one of the big reasons why I don't like playing WoW. Is because I just think that the game has so many problems that Blizzard refuses to fix. And this is, I think, one of the biggest ones. And what I love whenever you have, like, WoW, you know, these are the people who, like, being good at their Raider IO score is part of their personality. And it's like, you know, how they, you know, like, this is part of their ego in real life. And they're going and talking about how, oh, we'll just get good at the game. Just be good at the game. Well, you've got the best guild in the world doing this. It's just insane. I see your point, but it's just one boss? No? No, it's not. It's a lot of fights. Like, this one is really hard to see what's going on. This one, nothing happens, so it's, like, really not that bad. Look at the end of this fight. What the fuck is going on? What is this? This is insane. Bro, why is this shit white? Why? Yeah, you can barely even see this. Like, what the fuck? Mythic's even worse? Yeah, this is on normal mode. So it's only going to get worse on Heroic and Mythic. Yeah. Nimue is the worst? Yeah, Nimue is definitely the worst. But this one is also really bad, too. So we'll go ahead, we'll look at another boss fight. Look at this. What's happening? There are swirlies on the ground. But there's 50 other effects on the ground, too. There's that. You can barely fucking see these things. These are just awful. There's another swirly right there. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Exactly. That's the problem. There it is. That is the problem. It's actually so sad. And this is why WoW will never get better. Is because bad players in World of Warcraft have conditioned themselves into thinking that their ability to overcome bad game design makes the game good. They have an ego about the fact that they're able to overcome bad game design. And because they're able to overcome that bad game design, they now believe that they are good players and the game design is good. That's what the issue is. And what that does is it makes it to where new players are like, wow, this is bad game design. This sucks. I don't want to play this. And then they leave. They don't want to play that. Or we just don't care. Well, if you don't care, then why wouldn't you want to make it better? Because if you don't care about the problem and other people care about the problem, and if it didn't matter to you, wouldn't that mean that it would be a neutral at worst effect if it was improved? What's the logic there? You do care. Because if you didn't care, you wouldn't be telling people that you don't care. It's a form of gatekeeping, yeah. I don't think that applies to everyone. It of course does. It's a form of gatekeeping, yeah. The biggest complaints about TBC and Wrath of the Lich King raids was that a lot of fights tucked you in solely because of RNG. Now it's visual effects, yeah. They don't have logic. No, they don't. PoE's color scheme is the same way. Yeah, and PoE has this problem too. You're right. PoE visual clutter is one of the worst things about PoE. Isn't the bloat coming from because of add-ons? No. It's both. Add-ons create more bloat, you're right. But also the fight fundamentally is bad. The issue is not the players able to do it problems, though. It's Blizzard's failing to get new players. Yeah. How would you design a boss fight today that's still challenging, then? Okay. Let's just pick any part of this. What's happening? It's clear visual right there. Wait. Here we go. Actually, you know what? Let's go. Let's look at the new one. This one came out a long time ago. Let's go ahead and wait right here. Yeah, this one actually doesn't show a lot of the spell effects. Here we go. We'll go towards the end. You can clearly see the outline, right? You can clearly see the outline. It is obvious where the outline is. Yep, there are hard lines. It is easy to tell what is going on. That is my point. Go see how bad Pandemonium 3 was in Final Fantasy. I'm sure Final Fantasy has problems with this too. But all I'm saying is that if... And I think this is the problem that a lot of players have. Is that they look at it that it's a problem that the game is too easy whenever you can see what's going on. Most people don't play video games because they're really, really hard. And if they do, they're probably not playing MMOs. So what do you do? Like, why is difficulty more important than enjoyment? Because I don't think anybody enjoys having to download a bunch of different add-ons that blow air horns at you to tell you to move out of effects. This isn't fun. And if it was fun, you would see more people raiding in retail than classic, which isn't the case. Ego Andes, it is. You can change that in video option, spell density. Do you think that Limit doesn't know what spell density is and the options are? Do you think that the best guild in the world doesn't know what the spell effect options in the game are? What are you thinking? It's just incredible. One Fight Everbloom, yeah, they have been doing it for years. They are. Yeah, Laughs and DK, thanks to Defile, we're trained into not seeing anything. Yeah, it's just crazy. Nimue has 4 mechanics, all of them are green, and her room is green and vibrant textured. I feel like that's all you need to say about the color palette and the fight designs. It's not that bad as ranged. Yeah. I have to have them add on to see my mouse cursor. Yeah, I can't see. How many of you guys lose your mouse cursor whenever you're playing WoW? And you have to have the add-on that draws this circle around your mouse cursor. That's a pretty good indicator right there, isn't it? They have the same add-ons telling people what to do in Wrath of the Lich King as well, which is way less cluttered. Oh yeah, no, you're right. People are still going to use the add-ons. But the difference is in Wrath of the Lich King, it's optional. In retail, it's mandatory. I fired up, only used to half the pulls. Not all the people in the guild are using it. And the platform is brown and green, and the majority of the mechanics are orange. It's unbelievable to me that a person like this actually thinks this is a good argument. I think WoW players deserve whatever shit Blizzard serves them up to eat. Because they make excuses for bad design. And if you make excuses for bad design, you know what you get? Bad design. And WoW players have been making excuses for this trash for years and years and years. And now it's gotten so bad that even the top guilds are trying to counteract it. Look at this garbage. This is awful. It tastes like chocolate, yes. Here's what's so crazy, okay? Look at this effect here. This spell is called World in Flames. Let me go back. I want to show you guys this spell. Okay. So you might not be able to tell, but this is an AoE around him. You can see that. Can you see that? What does that mean? Here's what's sad. World in Flames was a mechanic that was added in Heroic Ragnaros. And I want you guys to see it on Heroic Rag. Let's see if I can find a good clip for it. Is it only in phase 1? Yeah, here we go. All right, so this is the same effect. It's called World in Flames. We have actually gone down. The same exact spell effect in Cataclysm was easier to see then than it is now. We have regressed, like, behind. We're taking the same spell, World in Flames. This came out in 2011. It's so obvious, isn't it? We have regressed. This is fucking sad. Beautiful piece of evidence. The game is actually, it's going backwards. Yes, it is. And bad players, gatekeeping losers who think that their only accomplishment in life is being good at this bad game, think that it's a good thing because it makes the game harder. How pathetic. The same exact spell. Shit eaters. Absolute shit eaters. They made an honest attempt with aligning the edges on the floor, at least. It's just, it's garbage. I'll read a few comments and then I want to move on. I'm actually like really pissed. This is making me so mad just talking about it. Yeah, pathetic shit eaters. Yeah, I know. You can't just completely trash the game a day, saying it's completely trash and trash. I mean, I don't know how that helps. Okay, here's how to make it help. Stop making effects that people can't see. Stop making effects that have unclear visual indicators. Stop adding visual clutter into the games in every single fight. Focus on clarity rather than immersion. Because whenever you don't focus on that, people use add-ons to remove the immersion and to add the clarity. Stop making effects that have the same color as the ground. Stop making effects that have the same color as the boss. Stop making effects that overlap with each other and there are different environmental objects that obscure the effect. Is that too hard? It's incredible. We've gone backwards. We are actually going backwards, guys. Let's watch it one more time. Here we go. Oh, wow. I wonder where it's going to be. I wonder where the fire will be. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Oh, now I wonder if the fire is going to be in the front or the middle or the back. Oh, it looks like it's in the back. Move in. Oh, it's in the back again. All right, let's move in even more. We have gone backwards in time. This is the saddest fucking thing. Look at that. This is pathetic. My eyes actually hurt, not gonna lie. It's almost like Bliss is a priority of shit that comes out under any class now, rather than making boss mechanics visible. Yeah. Calling out people who think being good at badly designed game mechanics is a great call out. I think it shows why nobody raids in retail. There's a lot of reasons why nobody raids in retail. It's not just because of this, but this is definitely a factor. Because people don't like to have their time wasted by something that doesn't feel fair. It's that simple. As Fan said, the raids in retail are great. Well, there are a lot of things that are good about the raids in retail WoW. It's just that the visuals aren't one of them. They're over-designed. They're designed for people that play the game professionally. And guess what happens whenever you do that? Well, you only have people that play the game professionally. I don't know why people don't get it, no matter how much you explain it. Let me explain why people don't get it. It's because WoW players only play WoW. So they are not able to add... They don't have any context, and they don't have any frame of reference to judge the quality of the game off of. So they just play one game, and their entire identity is trapped and, you know, caught up in this one game. So if you criticize this one game that they're good at, they're going to be like, well, why can't you just be good at it like I am? Because they're unable to see outside of their own narrow perspective. That's the reason. Retail is for soft, modern shit eaters and pro players. Yes, you can like a game and point out shit, dog shit design. Yep, absolutely. Why not just have clear and solid telegraphs? Well, because if you do that, then the fight will be easier. And it's more important for a game to be hard than for it to be fair. It's just so sad. It really is.